Today's reading is from Cheongseong-gyeong, Book 5, Chapter 4, Section 14. We are to raise our children to be people who are like God. This is the standard for education. What does it mean for a person to be like God? It is defined by the shape of one's face, how much energy one has, or the extent of one's ability. Being like God means loving as God loves. It requires perfecting oneself as a person and learning to love as God loves. Then what is God love all about? If we analyze it, there are three kinds: parental love, conjugal love, and filial love. That is all it is. His love is nothing other than these three kinds of love. Cheongseong-gyeong, Book 8, Chapter 4, Section 4, Verse 18. You should keep God's original Garden of Eden in your heart and sing of heaven's life, love, and glory as you go about your daily life. Furthermore, you should inspire others to live this way. In other words, you should represent God, the Creator, and take up His words of recreation. In addition, you need to be loyal to God and offer your time on earth representing all creation. You need to be able to honor the original ideal and to love not only in a favorable environment but also in a challenging one. By doing this, you will become sons and daughters who embody the ideal creation, and you will live with God forever in both joy and sorrow within His realm of eternal love and glory. Aju.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, let us congratulate our graduates. And I also want to thank Rani and Yasu for leading the Ilshim program. And it's not a simple thing to plan it and lead it. And every year it gets evolved also. So we are not just copying. That's why every year it's a new thing. So it involves a lot of planning and a lot of hard work. Let us thank both of them for doing this. And also Rebecca, Chungnam, and many of you volunteers you supported, and thank you so much for that. And also, thank you. Also this year, our parents need a little bit more congratulations for more than usual, because while their children were attending the Ilshim education program, Ilshim parents also were attending education program in another room. So we thought, Ilshim is about having one heart, having a same understanding, children, parents, and God. So if parents don't understand what we are doing, then it's a little bit difficulty. That's why this year onwards, we wanted to have parents' education also. And I think this year parents also got graduate, so they need congratulations. Thank you so much. You invested a lot of time. Thank you. And also I want to thank all of our brothers and sisters, and especially Eriko-san and Aunt Marivik, and all of them were supporting by cooking food and preparing and everything. It's a community affair. Thank you so much for supporting this. We appreciate that. Yeah. Today I want to start my sermon with a story. Everyone likes stories. Now, I grew up listening a lot of stories from my parents, especially my mother. And here in this story, I'm going to ask you a question at the end. So if you can listen very well, maybe you will be able to answer, okay? And maybe like many other stories, it's a story in a jungle with one fox, one donkey, and also the king. Who is the king of the jungle? Nobody knows? Lion. Always lion is the king. Okay. Then this one day, this fox and donkey were talking each other. Then somehow donkey said, oh, the sun always rises in the west. Then fox, what? What did you say? Sunrise in the west. Donkey, don't you know that? It's everyone know sun always rise in the east. What do you think? Sunrise in the east, no? Isn't it? Yes, but donkey doesn't agree with that. No, you don't know. You are wrong. It's sunrise in the west and go down in the east. That donkey tried to teach fox. But who is fox? Fox is always clever in every story. Fox is the smartest person in the jungle. And say, I know better than you, donkey, and I'm telling you, better you follow me. The sun comes up in the east and goes down in the west. That is the truth. Then donkey laughed. You don't know anything, but I know the truth. It's opposite. Then this fox is trying to make him understand. Then no way. Several days he tried. Then finally he said, okay, I will teach you. I'll teach you a lesson. Then let's go to the king and let's let the king decide what's truth. He knows everything. Then they went to the king's court. Then first fox explained what is happening. Then fox said, this donkey doesn't understand what is the truth. I'm telling him, but he don't listen. And he thinks sun comes up, rises on the west, but I'm telling him it's in the east. And king, you decide, you tell him what is the truth. Then suddenly donkey said, king, I know where sun rises. It's always in the west, and I'm telling this fox, he doesn't listen to me. Then this king paused for a moment, think a bit. Then king announced that, fox, you should be in jail for 3 months. This fox is shocked. What are you doing? What do you think? Why is the fox in the jail? Anyone have any idea? I think if you attend the first service, don't shout. Tell me the second service attendance, why the fox? Why this king has done like that? Anna, do you remember the story? No. Okay, anybody can, no answer at all? Tell me at least something. Pardon? Because of telling the truth, he had to go to jail? Okay. Any other answer? King doesn't know. That's a good guess. And anyone else? Erica is smart. She knows.
Maybe by putting fox in a jail for 3 months and fox does not argue with the donkey. The donkey has had 3 months to look at the sky and to find the truth by himself.
Oh, donkey has, you believe donkey will get more time to see the truth by looking at the sky?
Because all the time when fox argue with him, he can deny it. The more fox pushes, the more he's
Okay.
So he decided fox, but when he managed to jail for 3 months.
Oh, okay. That's a good conclusion. And Erica has something? Because they all are wasting lion's time? Or okay, that's a good guess. Any more? What's that? Can you say loud?
I'm saying that the king felt that he saw the simple truth, that the fox must have known the simple truth.
Then why?
Because of not knowing,
No. Folks know the truth. Fox said the right thing, but finally he went to jail. Pardon? Yeah, but he said the truth, but still he had to go. Okay, then let me tell you what King said. Later, when a fox asked, King, what are you doing? Don't you know the truth? Come, sun always rises in the east. I thought you know that. Then why you are sending me to the jail? I thought, oh my God, even you don't know the truth. Then King said, I know the truth. I know sun rises in the east. Then don't you know? Who did you argue with? You know this is donkey? Then why did you argue with donkey? You should be punished. You go to prison for 3 months so you don't get into argument with the donkey. I thought that's a wise, big thing. Like everyone knows donkey is donkey and he knows what he knows, and don't get into argument with him. That's why a wise, clever fox had to go to jail because he was trying to change a donkey. What do you think about that? Okay, the moral of the story is that don't get into argument with a donkey. Okay. Okay, now let me start my sermon. Okay, and today, do anyone remember the reading, today's reading? We were talking about education since it is Ilshim graduation day. We are talking about education, and also I chose that topic because True Mother, recently I had several times listened to True Mother talking about God's desire. True Mother said God wanted to live with humanity. God wanted to live with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, the original Garden of Eden, where there is no sin, there is no separation between God and his children, and no elements of sin and bad nature. That's where God wanted to live with humanity. And when we look around, we see that, and also in that reading, we see that in order to live with God, we need to understand what is true parental love, what is true conjugal love, and what is true filial love. That is the three major things, or the three things we need to understand in order to understand God, or in order to be together with God. But right now, when we look around the world, we don't see so many people who understand these three kinds of love: true parental love, the conjugal love, and filial love. And also we don't see people truly living with God all the time in their life. Even in our own life, as blessed families, we don't always feel that we are in heaven. We are totally living in heaven. Of course, we are every day by day, we are progressing. Day by day, we are getting better and better. But still, there is in this world, we can see that problem. And in order for this world to be a pure, sinless, selfless place, we have to truly understand God's heart. That's how we are doing this programs like Ilshim program, Ilshim education program. Also we have youth ministry education program, young adult ministry education program. Also every Sunday we come here and try to educate ourselves. And also every morning we read Hunduke and try to understand God's heart better, so that we can truly understand what does God really mean when he say parental love. What does God really mean when God said true conjugal love? What does it mean to be a true child, a real child in a family? What kind of love I should give to my parents? What kind of love I should share with my siblings? Many times, it is easy to get into an argument with our siblings or get into an argument with our spouse and destroy our good times. But once we truly understand once we are able to understand God's heart, we can keep that kind of love in our life and we can create a heavenly family. We can become a heavenly person who is one with God. We can make a family where heavenly love is there. And also we can create a life, even if we go out and live there, we can truly make a good life. So in order to understand, in order to do that, originally we learn from divine principle that even though we need that, we want that from the very beginning of the humanity, the love got corrupted. The love we have in this world is selfish love and a biased love, corrupted love, a love looking for self-satisfaction. We cannot have a true world and good world when we have that. That's why we need to create unadulterous, original, true love we need to have in our life. So, especially today we are talking about love between a man and a woman. You know, today I know you are graduating from Ilshim, specifically learning about that love, a love between a man and woman, conjugal love, the ethics of sexual love. That's what you learn from Ilshim program. That's not the only thing, but that is the main thing you learned. And then again, today you received a ring written, true love waits. And that is because we wanted to have our true love, our conjugal love, just to share, keep it for our future spouse, and then share with that only one person so that we can have that true love. We can truly become one with that person. There won't be any boundaries, any separation between those two people, a husband and wife. That is what we promise to God today. And also community, and we all together, we promise to you that we will be supporting you in that journey. And believe me, it is not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to be just you decided and then okay, right there, and going to be in your blessing and everything after 10 years or after some years, easily you are going there. It's not going to be easy. When you are studying in school or when you're working in a place, there might be so many people you may find they may have a different standard in their life, a different understanding in their life. But you have something you promised to God, promised to your parents, promised to your community today. What do you do with that? When you feel like so many people around the world doesn't believe in this principle you want to, in the morals you want to keep in your life, what do you do with that? You can tell them. Do you want to get into a fight with them? Do you want to punch their face because they have wrong understanding from you? What do you think? Do you want to really tell them that, no, you are all wrong. I'm all the right person. I'm the only one who understands what is right. I believe you can tell them that this is what your standard, this is what you believe, but never spend too much time in arguing with anyone. God bless us with a beautiful life. God bless us with this amazing life to live that life. And there is a point up to where you can go and teach other people, try to educate other people. And then don't get into a real fight or argument based on what you believe, based on your morals. You believe them. It is your thing. It is your promise to God. It is your family's promise to God. It is our community's promise, community's togetherness. This is our heart. There may be so many people who don't believe in that, but you should not get affected by that. It is we become one, you become one with God, then you should not get affected by other people's belief. Even though you want other people to live a life like you pray for them, you tell them, that's enough. Don't try to tell them they are wrong or they should follow you, and then it becomes more problematic. You may be in more trouble. You may not be able to enjoy. You may not be able to focus on many things you would like to have in your life. And again, here, our Heavenly Parent is going through that for the longest. Our Heavenly Parent wanted to live with God and humanity together. But from the beginning, it did not happen. But our Heavenly Parent is trying to find people who can understand, then again slowly educate people, so that at one point, we all can come together and live in harmony. And here, I want to tell you that, when you live your life as a blessed child of God, as a child who understands God's heart, we need to, first of all, we truly need to believe that this is my faith, this is my conviction with God, my promise I given to God, and I want to keep in my life. And that is for you graduates. Keep that in your life. Keep that as a promise ever for eternity in your life. And also, to the parents of today's graduates, I want to tell you that there may be times, today we all have this good ceremony, and it's for them, they are still young. They need parent support, parents' presence in their life. And sometimes there may be times there is difficulty in communicating between parents and children. But as parents, we need to always initiate again and again. Never give up. Never give up that relationship. Never give up that promise you've given to your children. You promise that no matter what goes, you will be there. And that promise should be always there. And when you have that promise, when you keep that promise, no matter what, then your children will be able to have confidence in you. Their children will be able to come back to you and come back to God every time. And also as a community, I want to ask all members of this community, this is not just an affair of a matter of just parents and children. We need to, as a community, we need to embody that oneness between us and God. We need to truly demonstrate how do we live in a God-centered community. How do we support a family to raise their children? We need to have, a family needs the support of a community. That's why we come here as a church community. And let us pledge today that we will be there always with these families and these children. This is the dream of God. And our two parents went all around the world with that one dream of creating a world, creating one world centered on God as the heavenly parent of all of us. And our two parents understand that dream. That's why they can never take rest. That's why they're all over the world. They're going around because they understand the heart of God. And we are here today with that understanding. We read from today's passage that our heavenly parent want to live with us, be the parent of all of us, want to see their children, husband and wives, totally sharing that conjugal love just between them and totally enjoying that life together. We need to have that. And then as parents, as the children of God, we give that ultimate respect to our God. And that is the dream of God. And when we understand the dream, what do? What happens when a dream comes? What is a dream? You see in the night and then in the day it's gone. Sometimes we remember, sometimes, most of the time we don't. But I heard an amazing quote from one of our former president of India, who met true parents one time, and who said that, can you bring that passage? A dream is not something you see when you are asleep. A dream is something which don't allow you to sleep. That is the dream of God. God cannot sleep until God fulfilled that dream of realizing a world where everyone live with God. Because our true parents catch that dream, they caught that dream, they cannot sleep. They are going all around the world. Our true mother, every time she speaks, she is saying that, I'm sent by God to tell you that God wants to live with you. I'm the begotten daughter of God, and Father Moon is the begotten son of God, to tell you the truth that God wants to live with you. Can you believe in us? And we, as the children of true parents, as the children of that heavenly parent who heard this, who understand this, we have to have that kind of passion which doesn't allow us to sleep, which doesn't allow us to go to bed, saying that before fulfilling that, without fulfilling my dream, I cannot sleep. I want to create that eternal oneness with God. And that should be, you should have that always in your life. But sleep sometimes, don't give up sleep, you get sick. Even when you go to sleep, you can remember this and have that passion. And let me share that last passage from today's reading. Can you show that passage? In that passage, our true parents are telling us in Chonsangyong, book 8, end of book 8, this is saying, you should keep God's original garden of Eden in your heart and sing of heaven's life and glory as you go about your daily life. Furthermore, you should inspire others to live in this way. Others to live this way. You know, as all of us, that original Garden of Eden of God, we never see that. We never experience that in our life. But we have heard that from God. We have heard that from true parents, that original Garden of Eden where we can all live together in harmony, where there is no sin, where there is no jealousy, where there is no fighting towards each other. We never see that. But in Bible, Jesus told us, faith means the conviction in something you haven't seen yet. And with that kind of faith in God, in true parents, and in your parents, and in all of us, let us go forward by keeping that original dream of God, the dream of true parents, the dream of all of us, that we will establish that Garden of Eden in our life by keeping our love as untainted love, our love as pure love, Our love as the most pure love in our own personal life, in our relationship with parents, as the most purest relationship with parents, most purest relationship with our heavenly parent, we can fulfill that dream of God, the dream of eternity, so that God can feel free. Finally, God can sleep. And let us make that happen. Once again, I want to congratulate our Ilshim graduates, Ilshim families, and the entire community for coming together and again affirming that dream of God together with all of us. Thank you so much. May God bless you.